Coach, coming off the Appalachian Open and then a big weekend with two SoCon duels coming up. We'll start with the Appalachian Open. Had three champions as well as two App State wrestlers that made the final at 149, and also a chance for some younger guys to get some mat time. If you could just kind of recap how you thought Saturday went for your guys.
Yeah, it was a good day. We had several of our starters wrestling the event just because they needed Division I wins, and pretty much all those guys did a great job. We had a champ at 133. Ethan Oakley won the tournament. Luke Uliano won it at 74, and Cody Bond won it at 149. And those were the three starters that needed Division I wins, so it was good for them. And then at some of the other weights, like OJ Boss wins the tournament at 165. Carson Floyd's in the finals at 197, is wrestling much better. So Sean Carter, had his debut at 141, was in the finals. So we've got a lot of guys that are wrestling well right now, and I think it was good. The good thing about the Appalachian Open is, obviously it's an opportunity for some of our starters to get some reps and some matches, but really for some of those guys that haven't wrestled since maybe early December, or November. A lot of our backups, a lot of our red shirts, things like that. It gave them an opportunity to wrestle. And I think we had 14 placers overall. Some of our young guys did really well. And, I think overall it was a really, really successful day for our program.
Looking ahead at Campbell on Friday night, and then you host VMI on Saturday. If you could just provide a little bit of a look at just your team's mentality as you go into a busy stretch with some big duels.
Yeah, it's a big duel on Friday night. Probably the last 6-7 years, the conference titles come down to this dual meet, between us and Campbell. They've got a really good team this year. They've had a lot of success. They've got a very veteran team. They got a lot of guys returning, I think pretty much their entire team from last year back. And so it's going to be a great battle for us, a great test. We're going to be on the road and at their home venue, which will be a hostile environment. And it can be a heated rivalry at times, so we're excited about it. I think our guys are ready to, put it on the line and see if we can go down there and continue keeping our goals in front of us. I think, the good thing about this dual meet is it's, we're in control of our own destiny. So we've got to make sure we're ready to battle Friday night. I'm sure they're going to be. We've got to dictate the pace, our style, and our guys have got to be motivated and hungry to get a win on Friday night.
And not looking past that towards Sunday, but when you have two duels like that in kind of a 3-day span, is there anything about preparation that goes into that to kind of be able to be physically in good position for both?
Yeah, I don't really like the scheduling. I didn't like being on the road Friday night, coming back, wrestling at home on Sunday. But this past year, the Southern Conference has taken over all the conference scheduling, and so that's just the way it worked out. We ended up having a home and away on the same weekend. It'll be fine for our guys. We'll get back late Friday night, probably sleep in a little bit Saturday morning, get the guys back in, train on Saturday, and then we'll take on VMI on Sunday at home. And it's part of it. I think in our sport especially, learning how to kind of embrace that grind is essential, and I think our guys do a good job of it.
Just lastly, Luke Uliano named SoCon Wrestler of the Week this week, and we've talked about him before, just wrestling in a different weight this year. Had the big pin against North Carolina and some other good results. I think 3 of his 4 wins Saturday were by bonus points and kind of different levels of dominance. Just can you kind of speak to the development and the kind of year he's having?
Well, he's come a long, long way. He came here, and kind of got his feet wet. He was wrestling up a weight class at 184 for us last year because that's kind of really where we needed him. It was probably a great move for him to bring him down to 174, which is a more natural weight for him. He's having a tremendous amount of success. I think if he can wrestle the way he's capable of this last month and a half, I think there's a good chance he can maybe qualify a bid for the NCAA championships. And I think he's just right there on the cusp of being in the national rankings. He's been in 1-point matches with a lot of guys inside the top 25. And he's going to have a great test on Friday night. He's going to have a nationally ranked wrestler from Campbell. Great opportunity for us to see where we stack up against him. And, I'm really proud of Luke and his commitment. I think he's bought in more this year than in years past, and I think it's really starting to pay dividends.